The job is really rewarding. There's highs and lows, but the highs come from we made a difference. Most people don't realize what we do until they need us, until they have their emergency and they call 911. But they never think, well, this is going to happen to me. But if it does happen to you, you want best qualified, best trained personnel to show up and make a difference in your life. And the Medic One Foundation does that by allowing the medics to go to school and get that training and to do the continuous education that they do. It's ongoing.
The level of training that the Medic One Foundation provides us definitely translates back to how we can save lives.
We're being called into people's houses when they're having a bad day. It's they need help.
And they're having strangers show up into their house, and they're there for you at that time. At that point, you realize how important it is.
Hello, sir, how you doing? This guy, Enselman's on scene. Patient contact. Let's all do this to the medic.
Jim had ACL surgery, full repair, on October 4th. Less than a month later, his lungs were filling with clots, and he had a full seizure. They call it a syncopal episode. I'm on the phone to 911, holding him up because he's gasping for air at this point.
When I entered the house, 818 and the MSO were already treating the patient.
Colton, can you catch us up? Yeah, 51-year-old male, arrived on scene. He was unresponsive. Look at his color.
At one point, Jim is struggling to breathe. His color looks very poor, and he raises his hand up and he's calling for his wife.
The way he reached up to her and told her he loved her at that moment was very, very impactful.
When somebody says that and they look this way, it is real.
You think about all the little moments, like walking down the aisle and, you know.
Within 30 seconds of us arriving, Jim went into cardiac arrest.
We're at a minute 45.
Don't shock yet. Don't shock. Okay, I'm ready now.
I have a pulse. Okay, you got a pulse. Let's get blood pressure, guys. 17s, mega mover and a gurney.
We made the decision to transport quickly, and Jim went into cardiac arrest another time for a few minutes, and then ultimately his third time that he went into cardiac arrest was as we arrived at the hospital on the ramp.
I think what struck me about everyone that worked on him, it's like they just don't quit. They just keep doing the compressions. He didn't code just once, it was over and over.
The training we receive from the Medic One Foundation prepares us for moments like this. This is exactly what we go to school for. We go to school to learn how to treat the sickest of the sick.
I later learned one of the paramedics jumped on the gurney to perform CPR on me as they were rolling me into the ER to try to save my life. It was just amazing what these folks did to try to save my life.
Doug and I enjoy just being together. Anything we do when we're together is good. On Sunday, January 15th, we had dinner and we were getting ready to watch A Chef's Life on PBS. And then all of a sudden I looked up and I saw him go face down on our hardwood floors. So I called 911 and she said to start CPR. She told me exactly how to do it and she kept me going a certain pace. And she said, they're on the way, help is on the way, keep going.
We get out there, we find the gentleman in the kitchen, on the floor, unconscious, unresponsive. Check for a pulse, no pulse, so we immediately start CPR until the medics get there.
When we arrived there, he was showing no signs of life. We were artificially keeping him alive by doing compressions and perfusing the organs. For all intents and purposes, I mean, Doug was dead.
And then Kathy and I went out on the front porch and she just talked to me and prayed with me and held me.
After a few attempts, we were able to secure the airway, shocked him a total of 5 times. We got him back and we got pulses and a good blood pressure.
What amazes me is how hard they worked on me. My question is, at what point do you give up? I got shocked 5 times on that kitchen floor. Why did they stop at 4 times? Why was it 5?
If there's a question as to why, despite all that, why we continued, it was because with so many people counting on you, you have to give it your best and do everything you can.
The paramedics here have 2 things going for them. Clearly, it's the training and about what they're motivated to do every day. they determine to keep going, to keep working on someone as long as there is any hope or any chance of saving that life. They're not just committed to their job. They're committed to me, you, anybody else that needs them.
It is so important that people recognize the value of the Medic One Foundation and continue to donate to the Medic One Foundation.
I know the value in that, and every medic in the county knows the value of that.
We are very, very fortunate that the Medic One Foundation is here. They're engaged. They believe in what we do in the field, and then what we do has true impact on the citizens of King County.
The training that the Medic One people have is absolutely the reason that Jim is alive today. There's no doubt in my mind.
I wake up every morning and thank the Lord for a beautiful day. Every day is beautiful now.